Good evening, Belize. It's Thursday and you're watching News 5. I'm Jamie Rock. Tonight, the Ministry of Defense scandal widens again. Newly leaked government invoices show more than $242,000 in public funds paid to two individuals listed at the same address. One is reportedly a close relative of Prime Minister John Briceño, bringing the controversy even closer to the highest office in the land. Also tonight, the Prime Minister pushes back. He denies any connection to Meatmaster, a company now under scrutiny in the Ministry of Defense spending controversy, even as questions swirl over the property where the business operates. And the Public Service Union turns up the heat. Dean Flowers says government promise of transparency rings hollow, accusing officials of ignoring the very accountability laws they expect others to follow. Plus, a sudden shakeup at Kobe. After only 7 weeks on the job, George Gomez is out as CEO and Francis Woods steps in as acting head. And later, are taxpayers about to pay more for Transport Department offices? Critics raise concerns as offices inside bus terminals managed by the National Bus Company face an uncertain future. The paper trail, the denials, the fallout, the questions still unanswered. These stories and more are coming up in 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now.
The rainforest of Belize. Nature in her most abundant and untamed state. A place of amazing wonder. So we bottled it with passion. The alchemy of pure rainwater. Fresh pressed heirloom sugarcane grown in this rich soil. Distilled by local artisans. Always in harmony with nature. Organically certified, sustainably committed, deeded to a trust that supports the communities of southern Belize. This is the relentless pursuit of craft without compromise. And now we share this part of the world with the world and you. We are Kopali Rum, the spirit of the rainforest.
Welcome back. Tonight, the Ministry of Defense procurement scandal is no longer just about questionable invoices. It's also about who got paid, how often, and why so many payments appear to have stayed just below the line that would trigger tougher scrutiny. Newly leaked government invoices show that more than $242,000 in public funds went to two individuals connected by the same address. One of them is Prime Minister John Briceño's sibling, pulling the controversy even closer to the highest office in the country. As the paper trail grows, so do the questions. Were these routine payments, clever invoice splitting, or signs of a procurement system designed to avoid oversight? Tonight, we look at the latest names now caught in a scandal that keeps widening.
This time, the documents are not tied to companies. They are in the names of individuals. There are 33 invoices in all, and once again, the familiar pattern appears. 93% of them fall below the $10,000 threshold. The names now surfacing in the leaked records are Adi Isora del Carmen Cu and Javier Raul Briceño. According to the invoices, the Ministry of Defense paid Cu a total of $225,462.89 between November 2023 and July 2025. Briceño, meanwhile, was paid $16,767 on August 25, 2025. Together, the two received $242,230.09 in public funds. But what makes this latest leak even more striking is the connection between the two payees. Both Cu and Briceño are listed at the same address, 61 Queen Victoria Avenue in Orange Walk. Information to News 5 suggests that they are husband and wife, and there is another politically sensitive layer. Javier Raul Briceño is Prime Minister John Briceño's brother, a connection that now pulls the widening controversy even closer to the highest office in the country. Of the 33 leaked invoices, only 2 exceeded the $10,000 threshold. Both were for the exact same amount, $13,537.03. The list of businesses and individuals linked to leaked SmartStream payments from the Ministry of Defense keeps growing. And tonight, with more names, more payments, and another family connection now in the spotlight, the Prime Minister finds himself at the center of the latest chapter in a scandal that shows no signs of slowing down.
Javier Briceño is my brother.
How does it strike you that he is also in the SmartStream system receiving payments from the Ministry of Defense?
How many payments did he get?
3.
So you are making a big deal. Anyway, let me make something very clear, Paul. I have said this many times and I repeat it again. I said it this morning and I repeat it again. The Auditor General is doing an investigation on anybody that's found to be doing anything wrong, they are going to be held liable. So now, if you believe that something gone wrong because of my brother with 3 payments, I guess they are under $10,000, no?
Yeah,
so you look at less than $30,000. If he knows something wrong, he has to answer. Simple.
Is his wife Miss Koo?
No, I don't know his wife's name, but.
So Miss Koo.
But listen, I can't speak about those things because I don't know. That's why I asked you, what did you talk about? If you want to find out, talk to them. Then could tell you, okay?
But Javier,
just like how I did not know what the Mira family did get and what Lorenzo, the all of them they were doing, I do not know.
But your brother.
Call Javier, call my brother, and he could answer whatever question they want. I can't answer for what I do not know.
Your brother shows up in this system, PM. You're the Prime Minister. This raises questions.
Paul, yes, you could raise all questions you want. You could, whatever you want, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I am telling you, I don't even know how SmartStream work. I have never been into SmartStream because that is not my job. That is for the public officers. That is why we had that meeting on Tuesday. And then they explained to us for the first time to us, at least to me, how SmartStream works. I don't know who is in SmartStream. So if you want to know anything, you need to speak to Javier. Don't speak to me because I don't know. And I will not speculate. I want to end with one more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
If anything was wrong, even if Javier, anybody, they will have to answer that. I am going to cover this up.
Do you know what your brother supplies, PM?
I do not know, Paul. I don't tell you from the beginning. I do not know.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Prime Minister John Briceño is refuting allegations linking him to Meatmaster, a company now caught up in questions surrounding Ministry of Defense spending. Briceño says he has no connection to the business, despite reports that the property where Meatmaster operates is owned by his eldest brother. The name mentioned in those reports is Gabriel Briceño. The company has emerged as one of several ministry suppliers that receive more than $400,000 through invoices reportedly kept below the $10,000 threshold. As the Auditor General continues a review of the ministry's finances, the Prime Minister is making it clear that he wants no association with the company or its dealings with the government.
I'm the oldest child for my father and my mother, so I don't know where they're coming with that story. I think they're trying to link the last name, but with the 2 different families, there are no relations with us. I don't have any interest in Meatmasters. I didn't even realize Meatmasters was selling meat to the BDF. So I think that the UDP is trying to grab onto something. You know, they have been, so inept. And they've been so divided, and they're trying to find they're grabbing at straws, trying to create a scandal when there's none, and trying to drag me into this. I've been very clear. We've given this to the Auditor General. The Auditor General was in cabinet on Tuesday, and with everybody and the CEOs and the ministry and the ministers, and she explained what is the process when they do audit. Not this one in particular, because she said I cannot speak on this one because I have sworn an oath of secrecy, so she did not speak on that, but she just spoke on the process. And I've been clear. If this young man or this gentleman, Briceño, is, and I don't think he did anything wrong, but if he did anything wrong, he will have to also to answer. And I repeat one more time, we're not related in any which way. It's a different Briceño. They have Briceños in PG, they have Briceños in San Ignacio, they have Briceños, I think, in Corozal and Orange Walk, and Briceños in Child Farm, and most of them, we're not related.
As questions continue to circulate about government suppliers and military contracts, Meat Master is stepping forward to defend its record. The company says recent reports have painted an inaccurate picture of its operations and is now setting out its versions of the facts. In a public statement, Meat Master says it was officially registered in 2022 and built its business around producing and supplying fresh, smoked, and processed meat products. The company is also firmly rejecting claims of any connection to the Briceño family, insisting that family members neither own the business nor the property where it operates. According to Meat Master, it earned its contracts with the Belize Defense Force and Coast Guard through the government's established tender process, meeting all procurement requirements and submitting the necessary bid documents. The company also maintains that every invoice it submitted accurately reflects the products delivered. The Prime Minister had tried to put distance between himself and Meat Master, but CEO Francis Usher's family connection to the company is keeping the issue alive. Usher admits that his wife is related to the proprietor, but says he was not part of the procurement process and only learned Meat Master was a supplier when payments came across his desk. Still, the question remains, is that connection enough for Briceño to remove him while auditors dig into the matter? The PM says no, at least not for right now, describing Usher as someone who has been working diligently to hold the ministry together.
I have not spoken directly with him on this matter. As you know, there's a bidding committee, and I think that this present CEO has been doing a pretty good job in trying to hold the ministry together. And I think it would be a disservice to the ministry, a disservice to the men and women in the Coast Guard and the BDF if we were to remove him. I think he genuinely cares for these soldiers and these and for the people at the Coast Guard, and really wants to do better, or how we can do better. We've been talking on ideas.
Up next, the defense audit goes back almost 10 years and the Prime Minister is warning that no one should get comfortable. Who could be in the crosshairs?
Belize assumes the presidency pro tempore of the Central American Integration System, CICA. Over the next 6 months, Belize's presidency will focus on strengthening the region's integration agenda, with priority placed on cooperation in energy, climate change, migration, and security. A strong and effective regional integration is the foundation upon which a better future for all Central Americans must be built.
Belize is growing, and as our nation grows, so does the demand for electricity and new energy solutions. More homes, more businesses, more opportunities. BEL continues to strengthen the system that supports this growth, reinforcing infrastructure and solidifying capacity, preparing for what's ahead, ensuring reliable service for homes, for businesses, and for communities across Belize. Keeping the lights on every single day. Belize Electricity Limited. Prepared for growth, prepared for Belize.
12 incredible voices, 12 dreams, one stage. And now the power is in your hands. For this week, each contestant has been assigned a voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. You can also support your favorite contestant by sending credit directly to their assigned smart number. Every vote does more than keep your favorite contestant on the stage. It brings them one step closer to their dream.
I'd rather be black, boy, 'cause I don't wanna watch you walk away.
It's that midnight sun kiss, get under the red sky, laying on your chest like this, hold me like the pebbles in your hand.
Them only come round for the benefit and make me ask why me the blame for everything me head has been. Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that
Hey, are you someone who can do that? 'Cause I don't wanna have to show ya.
No alarms and no surprises, please. I can't love you in the dark.
Déjame sobrepesar tu zona de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
So much people are ball, people are dead. Suicide cause nobody no believe in a them. Rich I get rich and the poor not even cast. So watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon.
Who impressed you the most? Support your favorite KTV star. Voting closes Sunday at midnight.
Game 3 of the NEBL Finals is moving back to the city this Friday night after the Orange Walk Running Rebels tied the series at 1 and now put the Belize City Defenders' backs against the wall in a must-win Game 3. This testy showdown starts at 9 p.m. this Friday at the Belize Civic Center. Defenders fans, come out in numbers. Come out with your rags. Come out in your jersey. Come out with your flags. And get ready to cheer on your Belize City Defenders in a must-win Game 3 as your defenders cannot afford to go down 2-1 in this best-of-5 series.
Defenders don't frighten of nobody.
Tons of giveaways to NEBL girls. Plus more this Friday night at the Belize Civic Center. Game 3 of the NEBL Finals. Your Belize City Defenders versus the Orange Walk Running Rebels. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
Running a business means every dollar counts.
As a business owner, you face different challenges every day. You need cash flow on hand as soon as you can.
With Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled by 4 p.m. are credited the very same night.
The same-day settlement will definitely make a difference for my business because I know I have money in the bank so I can pay my suppliers, my staff, etc.
Faster access to your funds, better cash flow, greater control. And with auto settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Prime Minister John Bersenio is now conceding that government's bidding and procurement system has cracks, and the SmartStream invoice leak has put those weaknesses on full display. Hundreds of sub-$10,000 invoices have raised fresh questions about how contracts are being handled, even as the PM insists that members of the armed forces are being fed better than ever before. But according to Bersenio, that progress is being overshadowed by a growing scandal that has turned the focus from improved meals to questionable procurement practices.
The whole process, there's a problem all over. There's a problem with the bidding. There's a problem where it seems that officers, politicians, whoever it is, and the Auditor General will determine that they're trying to circumvent going through the bidding or the contract process by keeping it at 10,000. So there's a problem at the BDF in controlling the supplies, because listen, when the UDP was there, they used to buy, I think, about $4 million a year for food. We increased it to $8 million. And you could ask any soldier, they are eating better than before. And it angers me that all the good that we've been doing for the soldiers is shrouded with this that has happened, where they're trying to circumvent the contract, issuing of contracts so that they can pay easier, and so it removes the attention from the good work that we're doing, that we're genuinely feeding the BDF better than ever before. And we need to make that clear. We also need to make clear that in most instances, I can't say for anything, I do believe that we were delivering the goods.
Government says the days of questionable invoices and loose payment practices may soon be coming to an end. Prime Minister John Bersenio says his administration's Central Procurement Unit is now close to approval and implementation, promising a more controlled system for how public funds are spent. The proposed unit is being presented as government's answer to the procurement concerns that have surfaced in recent weeks. And according to Bersenio, the next phase is putting the structure in place and making it work.
The centralized procurement unit is different. Okay. The centralized procurement unit, again, is going to be, it's a legislation. And again, I don't know where this gentleman from Cayo, anyone mentioned the name, talking that we would beg IDB to come and help us. We've been working in this for about at least 3 or 4 years, and the IDB were using their expertise, and so we're working together with them. We've been looking at how Jamaica does it. We're looking at how Guatemala. We're looking. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, and so that is why this is a collaboration we have with the IDB, and it's almost finished. And so on Wednesday, on next week Tuesday at Cabinet, the people from the people that are working to set up the Central Procurement Unit will come and make a presentation and explain to Cabinet how exactly this is going to work. And it's going to be more open, it's going to be transparent, and we're going to ensure that we get value for money. More importantly, there are going to be stiff penalties. Not stiff penalties. I think probably even in jail time they told me that if people deliberately try to circumvent the system.
Public Service Union President Dean Flowers says government talk of transparency rings hollow. In a sharp social media post, Flowers accuses senior officials of demanding accountability from others while ignoring the very laws meant to keep public spending in check. He says key fiscal transparency reports have not been produced for years, leaving Belizeans in the dark about how public funds are being used. Flowers also questions why complaints of procurement irregularities have gone quiet and why institutions accused of blocking public audits have not faced stronger enforcement.
I think the intent of my post was to spark some interest in the Belizean public and most definitely in public sector workers who are in fact calling for change and who are desirous of change. It is to enlighten them and to inform them that currently there are in fact mechanisms to help us to address the unfortunate corrupt environment in which we currently exist. And I think for too long, those who are entrusted with the people's assets and those who are entrusted with holding those who violate that trust accountable have been failing us. And I think that it is important that as Belizeans, we know who these persons are. We must know who they are so that when we see them on the street, when we see them in the supermarket, when we see them at the workplace, that we're able to question them, call them out. When we see them driving, utilizing our public assets, but not delivering the quality service that we pay them for, we have the right to say to them, you are failing us, and you need to do better.
The Ministry of Defense audit is going back nearly a decade, and Prime Minister John Bresenio says no one should feel comfortable. At the PUP's National Party Council meeting in Dangriga, he announced that the review will stretch back to 2015, placing former UDP Minister John Saldivar on notice. But today, Bresenio made it clear that his anger is not reserved for the former administration. He also chided members of his own government, saying he's not pleased with what has taken place inside the ministry.
We've been hearing some horror stories. Apparently, the BDF at that time dealt with mostly one company, and there was very little reporting. And so we will ask the Auditor General, since you're already doing this, why don't we go to 2015 and then to see, because this kind of behavior have to stop. We can't continue this much. And I know certainly from my end, we as the PUP, we said we're going to be different, and we just don't forsake. We have to do it, and we have to be seen that we're doing different. So this is a good opportunity for us to be able to fix it. Now, I'm not happy with what has happened, but this only brings it to our mind to say, you know what, guys, this is what we said we're going to do, and we have to do it, and we're going to do it now.
Isabella Zabane took heat for her comments on the procurement threshold. Now the Prime Minister is coming to her defense. Was it courage, controversy, or both?
Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the Smart Thing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today. Only at Cellular World.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Insurance fact. Did you know Home Protector Insurance provides liability insurance that is for licensing, public liability insurance for the hotels and guest houses, protects the guests, staying at the resort. Tour operators insurance for on-site tourists, and marine passenger liability for passengers. You take care of your guests, we'll take care of you. Visit any Home Protector Insurance office near you to learn more.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
After just 7 weeks in the post, George Gomez is out as Chief Executive Officer of the Kobe Foundation. News 5 has confirmed that Francis Woods is now acting CEO while the foundation searches for a permanent replacement. But Gomez's sudden departure raises obvious questions. Why did his time at Kobe end so quickly? And what direction will Woods take while he holds the reins? Today, we put those questions to the acting CEO.
The situation is that Mr. Gomez is no longer here at the Kobe Foundation. This organization has seen many CEOs come and go, and it has benefited from all the positive that CEOs have brought to us at the Kobe Foundation. Mr. Gomez all his positive stuff that he started here will continue, and we thank him for his service here.
In terms of a reason for his dismissal, are you able to disclose that at this time?
It just was not working out. I am only acting CEO right now until we find a permanent CEO. And yes, I've been here since inception of the Kobe Foundation, so I am aware of a lot of the procedures here, but it's definitely a temporary deal. The main goal is to keep with our mission, a secure, humane facility geared towards meaningful rehabilitation and reintegration. That's our main goal.
Released today, Gomez reflected on his stint at the foundation and his contributions to advancing its vision. He concluded by noting that the reason for his dismissal was not shared with him. $13.50. That is the daily food allowance for a member of the Belize Defense Force. In other words, that is what a soldier is expected to eat on for an entire day. At a time when food prices continue to climb and the cost of living keeps squeezing Belizean families, is $13.50 enough to properly feed the men and women who serve on the front lines of national security? Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Defense, Francis Usher, concedes that the ministry will have to revisit the amount and likely adjust for inflation. Additionally, he revealed that a proposal is being discussed to further support members to acquire their meals.
So it's $13.50, so you're not far off. It has been $13.50 for many years. I will be the first to admit that that number, we need to seriously look at that number and adjust it for inflation, because there has been mass inflation since that number was configured, as you say, but as it was put in. So the answer to the first part of that question is that no, that number has not changed, but it is something that we are looking into to see how best we can change it. I agree with you that if you are to give them $13.50 and say, vaya con Dios, right? And say, feed yourself, that's not enough. I agree with you. The system or the proposal is not such that we are expecting that just in an incubator, in a vacuum, that $13.50 will be able to feed a soldier. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that that is currently what is approved. So right off the bat, that can be given to them. There is more that will be, if you are to give every soldier that allocation per day, 365 days a year, it will come up to annually just north of $8 million.
The question is no longer only whether $13.50 is enough to feed a BDF soldier for the day. It's also about how the rest of the food budget is being used. According to Defense CEO Francis Usher, roughly $8 million of the approved budget goes directly toward the daily food allowance for BDF members. That leaves about $4.5 million on the table. Under the proposal now being considered, that remaining money would be used in two ways: to buy higher quality MREs for soldiers and to help subsidize meals prepared inside the BDF kitchen. Here's how Usher explains the plan.
If you are to then take the remaining portion of the approved budget and do two things with it. Now, there would be roughly about $4.5 million remaining in the approved budget for this financial year. If you were to take what is remaining and buy about, based on my estimation, and all of this was in the proposal, I'll stress again, it was just a proposal, but it's a proposal that we're discussing. If you were to take roughly about $2 million and buy MREs, US or UK grade MREs, and the reason why we would do that is because of the quality assurance and the fact that they have a 5-year shelf life. That will give you enough MREs to feed all the soldiers that are deployed to the observation posts, all of our special patrols around the country, and all of our operations. So it'd be enough to feed every single one of those for the entire year. Then there will still be about $2.5 million remaining. The proposal speaks to, it doesn't speak in detail because the finer details will need to be worked out, but it speaks to subsidizing whoever wins the open tender to run the kitchen. Whoever wins that, we would subsidize them with a certain amount per meal so that they can then provide a quality meal where the soldier out of the $13.50 will pay, and the example I used was, let's say they out of the $13.50 pay $3 for breakfast, $5 for lunch, $4 for dinner. Just an example. Per meal, the business, the company, the people who are running the kitchen will then be subsidized per meal served so that they can then make up the difference and subsidize out of that remaining allocation so that they can make up the difference, and you will be providing a $5 or $6 breakfast for $3.
So while this approach means members of the force will likely continue to receive $13.50 daily, they will pay a fraction of the cost of a meal when purchasing from the BDF kitchen. Prime Minister John Bresenio is stepping in to defend former Miss Universe Belize Isabella Zabane after her comments at the PUP's National Party Council meeting in Dangriga sparked public backlash. Zabane called for an increase to the $10,000 procurement threshold, a position that quickly drew criticism, especially amid ongoing concerns over government spending and oversight. But today, the Prime Minister praised her for speaking up. Bresenio said Zabane showed courage and voiced what many others may believe but are too afraid to say publicly.
It's unfortunate. I mean, we should encourage women to participate more in events like this, and I want to commend her and commend her for her courage to be able to stand up and say something that everybody knows, but because of the present circumstances, everybody's afraid of saying it. Actually, under the centralized, on the central procurement unit, that is one of the things that we're going to address. 20 years ago, the budget was less than $1 billion. Right now, we're at $1.8 billion. And there's so much things the government is buying $400-500 million of services and goods every year. That's not talking, and including, well, when you include roads and so, it goes up even more. And so it becomes almost impossible at 10,000 or below 10,000. So what we'll be doing under the centralized procurement unit is that we're going to increase that number. But unlike now, everything will have to go through one portal or one window. Every ministry have to put what they're doing in there. So everybody will see, okay, let's use the BDF. The BDF want to be able to need $1 million worth of food supplies for 6 months, for instance. And these are the things that we want. And so let's say they increase the threshold for 20,000 or 30,000. If the ministry decide, okay, we'll give a company under that threshold, they'll be able to give it, but they will also have to report it through that threshold to the public and say, this company get $20,000 and did not have to go to a contract. So what has happened where you see one company having hundreds and hundreds of payments on 10,000, it will be impossible for it to happen.
Isabella Zabane has since issued a statement saying that her comment was not made to defend any individual or to influence any ongoing investigation. After the break, municipal elections are 8 months away, but the political maneuvering is already underway. July and August open the only window for voters to transfer constituencies, and that means the Elections and Boundaries Department is about to get busy.
Our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. Each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
Rev up your engines at Puma Energy and get ready for an exciting chance to fuel, fill, and win. For every $30 purchase on fuel, a liter of lubricant, or $10 at Super 7, get a ticket to win one of 20 fuel prizes of $1,000. And here's the thrill. Fill up with premium CleanTech Pro and double your chances of winning. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Head to Puma Energy and Super 7 today for your chance to fuel, fill, and win.
Happen
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
The next station is not just a place. It's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
There are new questions tonight about what happens to Transport Department offices now operating inside bus terminals managed by the National Bus Company. Critics say if those offices are moved, taxpayers could end up footing the bill for new rental spaces. But Transport CEO Chester Williams says that's not what's happening. According to Williams, the department needs bigger, more customer-friendly offices as it prepares to expand its services. And he insists that even with the move, government stands to save money in the long run. Here's how he explains it.
I can categorically state to you that that information is not true. Yes, as you would know that we had discussed the expansion of the Department of Transport. If we look at the office spaces in Belize City, Dangriga, and Corozal in particular, you would see that there is an issue with congestion. The space is too small to be able to accommodate the amount of officers who works at those different offices. And with the expansion coming, where the personnel at those offices will be expanded by three times what the current staff is, with that, it is going to create more congestion at the terminal. And in addition to that, we also have to take into consideration the public. Many times the public come to these offices to do business, and they have to be waiting outside in long lines. We want to be able to have an office space that is more conducive to making the business environment more user-friendly to the public. So that's the reason why the Department of Transport is moving from the terminals across the country, and not because they have been put out by NBC.
Can you speak to us about the cost analysis of this move?
Well, again, as you would know that the government have been operating the terminals, and with the operations of the terminal comes the cost to pay wages, the cost to maintain buildings, and as well as operational costs. So if we look at it now, with the terminal passed over to NBC, the government will no longer have to pay the terminal workers. They would no longer have to pay to maintain the building or operational costs. So it is going to cut the financial burden of the government, in a sense that, yes, the government is going to lose 1 million that they would normally be making from the terminal, but at the same time, they'll be saving 2 million.
With municipal elections just 8 months away and political hopefuls already hitting the ground in cities and towns across the country, the workload for the Elections and Boundaries Department increases significantly. The months of July and August hold particular significance since it's the only time voters can transfer their votes from one constituency to another. News 5's Shane Williams takes a look into the process and importance of Belize's transfer period.
How important is Belize's voter transfer period? With municipal elections set for March 2027, the transfer period over the next 2 months is the last opportunity for Belizeans to transfer into polling areas voting for city and town councils.
So let's say I was living in Kamalote.
Yeah.
I now live in Belize City, and I won't be going to Kamalote to go and vote. I'm living in Belize City. I want to be within Belize. I want my voice to be heard within Belize City. So I transfer my vote. Now would be the time for me to do that. So I would be able to vote within the municipal elections come March.
On paper, voters transfer to another electoral division because they have moved and changed address. But in reality, those transfers are often driven by something far less innocent: political corruption. There is expected to be a spike in transfers from villages to municipalities over the next 2 months as political officers pad their voting lists by offering incentives for individuals from other constituencies to move. And the Elections and Boundaries Department is tasked with making sure transfers are legitimate.
But once you're not home after we do a first check, usually we do like 3 checks to confirm the person live there or not.
Okay.
Right? If after the 3rd time you do your investigation and nobody know the person or something like that, then the onus is on you to decide if that person should be disallowed or not.
While the investigation is extremely limited and being disallowed is extremely rare, it is an offense to lie and register at a false address. The penalty is a fine of up to $1,000 or imprisonment of up to 2 years. And while the law speaks to a punishment for individuals who knowingly object falsely to a registration application and makes it an offense for registering officers to omit or frustrate the registration of an individual with fine and/or confinement, there is no offense for registering officers approving unqualified registrations, which is why the investigations in most cases are just formalities. The first list for the month of July will be produced on Wednesday, July 15th. We will be looking to see how many people transfer from the villages into the municipalities. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Interim Home Affairs Minister Julius Espat is leaning on experience as he pushes for changes inside the Belize Police Department. This week, he brought together a group of former police commissioners for a working lunch, a kind of brain trust to help outline the way forward. But one familiar name was not at the table: Chester Williams, the immediate past Commissioner of Police and now a government CEO. His absence stood out, especially given his years at the helm of the department. So today, we asked Williams, why was he not part of that meeting?
Why weren't you at the meeting yesterday with the Minister of Home Affairs and former commissioners?
I can't answer that question. I don't know. I can't answer. I was made aware of the meeting when I saw it on the news and people sent it to me, but I was not aware of it. Perhaps it's an oversight, but I was not aware of the meeting. No.
Do you feel you have more that you could contribute to the police department if being asked?
Of course, if I am asked, there's a lot that I can contribute. At the end of the day, I am a Belizean and I want to see the police department progress in the right direction. And I have said to the interim minister that if he ever needs me for anything, I am available. He can reach out to me. So I don't think that my absence yesterday has anything to do with, other than the fact that maybe an oversight, because the Minister Espat and myself do have a very close and cordial relationship. So if I need something from Ministry of Infrastructure, I can always call on him, and he's always willing to assist. And I've said to him, if he need to tap into my knowledge at any time, as he hold over the Ministry of Home Affairs, I am available to him as well.
Chester Williams is the longest-serving Commissioner of Police with more than 6 years under his belt. Belize is joining the regional response to Venezuela, where powerful earthquakes have left communities in urgent need of help. On Wednesday, Belize's contribution, 3 containers of humanitarian supplies, left the port of Georgetown in Guyana as part of a wider CARICOM relief mission. The shipment forms part of a much larger effort, with a vessel carrying 88 containers of emergency aid from across the Caribbean now headed to affected communities in Venezuela. Belize's High Commissioner to Guyana, Her Excellency Gail Miller Garnett, was at the port for departure alongside Guyana's Prime Minister, Mark Phillips, as the region came together to answer Venezuela's call for assistance.
It was a wonderful feeling because of the fact that it was a symbol of Belize as a country supporting the Venezuelan people, because it's a difficult situation that they're going through. As a matter of fact, yesterday I went to go sign the Book of Condolences at the Venezuelan Embassy. And the ambassador for Venezuela in Guyana was sharing with me the news that he's getting out of Venezuela, and it is really devastating. So it was an emotional time, because Venezuela was there for us through PetroCaribe and all of so many different iterations of assistance. So it was a proud moment for us to be able to step up to the plate for Venezuela, of course, with through the assistance of Guyana. But it was a good feeling. Belize's aid was 3 40-foot containers of the 88 that set sail. So the content, we sent pharmaceutical supplies. We also sent non-perishable food items and some cleaning material as well.
Venezuela was one of Belize's biggest trading partners during the PetroCaribe era. Coming up, the UDP takes its corruption fight to the streets on Friday. But can the opposition pull a crowd big enough to make the government listen?
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
12 incredible voices, 12 dreams, 1 stage. And now the power is in your hands. For this week, each contestant has been assigned a voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. You can also support your favorite contestant by sending credit directly to their assigned smart number. Every vote does more than keep your favorite contestant on the stage. It brings them one step closer to their dream.
I'd rather be blind, I don't wanna watch you walk away.
It's that midnight sun kiss, get under the red sky, laying on your chest like this. Hold me like the pebbles in your hand.
Them only come wrong for the benefit and make me ask why me the blame for everything me head has been. Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know that I
So much people a ball, people are dead. Suicide cause nobody no believe in a them. Rich I get rich and the poor not even cast.
So watch your broken dreams dancing out of the beams of a neon moon.
Who impressed you the most? Support your favorite KTV star. Voting closes Sunday at midnight.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower beliefs.
Police patrol vehicles take a beating long before the public sees them parked on the roadside or limping through traffic. They are the workhorses of the department, running day and night, responding to emergencies, pushing through rough terrain, and carrying officers into situations where every minute matters. That is why the arrival of 5 new Isuzu D-Max pickups is more than just a fleet upgrade. For the Belize Police Department, it is added muscle on the ground. Purchased by the government of Belize, the new vehicles were handed over on Wednesday and have already been assigned to key areas including Benque Viejo, Roaring Creek, Orange Walk, Corozal, and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit in Belize City. The department says the pickups will help improve mobility, shorten response times, and give officers a more reliable way to meet the demands of daily policing. The UDP is taking its corruption claims against the Briceño administration to the streets on Friday with a protest planned in Belize City. But the big question is whether the opposition can draw the kind of crowd that forces government to pay attention. A strong turnout could send a political message. A weak one could say just as much. Today, we caught up with Public Service Union President Dean Flowers and asked whether the PSU will stand with the UDP in Friday's demonstration.
In terms of the planned protest for tomorrow, I think it is in the best interest of every citizen of this country to support any rally that is against corruption. And so I want to call on the Belizean people, I want to call on public officers who can apply for the day, who can get a day off. You're not going out there to support the UDP, because the UDP has proven that under their former leader and administration, they were equally as corrupt and equally as dismissive the laws that govern the fiscal and financial responsibilities of this country. They were equally guilty. However, they are now under new leadership, and they're suggesting that in the best interest of this country, they want to do things better. As a society, as a union, we will be coming up with strategies and ways how we can enter into social contract with the government, with the opposition, with social partners, how we can hold their feet to the fire. And so I intend to support the anti-corruption rally, because as a citizen of this country, my children and my unborn grandchildren already owe tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars that they had no say, that I had no say in the barring of successive administration. So I encourage public officers, I encourage the general public, be counted in an anti-corruption rally.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, nearly a decade under review at Defense Ministry, Margaret R. Johnson commented, "Only to 2015? If you want to do an audit, you need to go all the way back further than that, back to the beginning. This is what you call trying to justify what the current administration is doing, knowing very well that this has been happening for a long time, but only now willing to address it because they got caught. The point is, all of them know that this has been happening for a hell of a long time, but nobody spoke on behalf of the people." Interesting. Turning to UDP seeks crowd power against Briceño administration, Arabs Pineda shared, "Come on, people, we need to bring back Belize from all that is going on. The corruption and the wild spending of the taxpayers' money. If we don't do it now, tomorrow it will be too late. We need to make a stand." And finally, on PM Briceño, BDF soldiers eating better than before, Luis Cano shared, "That's a lie, PM. You have never been a BDF. In fact, you will never know. BDF has always suffered when it comes to food, shelter, allowances, increments, equipment, and vehicles. Government has always looked after police. Customs has always looked after the police, after immigration, and other departments. Every budget cut is BDF, always BDF. No love for the BDF." Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming, and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Jamie Rock. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.